at a meetup at Itchitucknee Springs Campground. And I'm seeing an old friend over here, Debbie Jean. Hey.
I'm Debbie Jean with Debbie Jean's Van Life Scene.
Yes, we're going to talk about
my new YouTube
that.
channel.
Yes.
I appreciate you coming in, checking out my rig.
Yeah.
So this is Goldilocks because I've had so many that this one is the one that's just right. I've got all kinds of junk in the front. A shower bag here, ready for my shower. I'm just using a cooler on this trip.
Right.
And I just keep it covered with a towel to help insulate it. I just brought food for a couple of nights because, you know, I'm only going to be here for a couple of nights. I'm just part-time.
Right.
Yeah. I just use my van for traveling and for making trips and being able to avoid hotels. I keep my first aid stuff up here. And this is just some games and some craft items. And then I've got my citronella candles. And I keep an extra jacket over my passenger seat.
What is that?
My chandelier. Take this little Dollar Tree light and I turn it on, but it goes right in the top like that. And then it reflects off of those crystals, and it's pretty at night.
I bet it is. Yeah, we'll put a link for that.
Those are new solar panels that just got installed a couple of days ago. So I'm going to be doing a product review on those.
On her channel, we'll have a link.
Yep. And with it, I have, okay, that's 200 watts of solar up top. But then I have a 100 amp hour lithium battery that is mounted underneath my bed. This is how I enter my van normally. I can get in from both sides, but I am using this side the majority of the time, and I just step up. I left this seat in so that I could stretch out and recline in it, and I can use my laptop over here and sit and watch a movie or whatever I want to do. I just have some fairy lights in here for lights at nighttime.
Right.
And my chill pill pillow.
That's cute.
I love that little pillow.
Yeah.
And then I think that you have cabinets that are like this. And I just keep some clothes and miscellaneous items in there. But down here is most of my kitchen supply stuff. You know, my coffee mugs, my bowls and plates, and my dishwashing. These are Dollar Tree bottles. And this one, the turquoise one, is vinegar and water. And this one is alcohol and water. And people say that they just use one or the other, and I kind of like to have both.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of putting vodka in there instead of rubbing alcohol?
No.
Because rubbing alcohol, I don't think it leaves a residue, but it would be toxic.
Okay.
And good old alcohol is still a disinfectant. It's not dangerous for you in any way.
Yeah.
And it does everything that does, and it actually has less, well, it has less smell than most vinegars do.
Yes.
You know,
that's true.
so it really, that's a nice little
that is a
option.
good tip,
It's
yeah.
a nice option.
That's a good tip. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're always
Well,
giving me good tips.
you can get the cheapest stuff. I mean, the cheap stuff that they got way down on the shelf, just a little bitty bottle of it goes a long, long way
yeah,
too.
Yeah. In the bottom is where I have my cook stuff. This is where I keep my pots and pans and my butane stove, and then underneath there is my silverware. So when I take that out to cook, I have access to it, but otherwise it's kind of buried. I make my coffee in this little pot every morning, and I use the coffee bags. Have you seen those? They're like a tea bag.
I have actually used them.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I use.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. It's simple. And I just take my cooktop out here and put it on my table that's outside.
Outside, you don't cook inside.
No, I don't cook inside. I cook on that little table outside. And, you know, like this morning, I had my coffee, made my coffee first, got my coffee all done, had it in my coffee mug sitting out there, and then I proceeded to make my sausage and my eggs in my little skillet in here. And that was breakfast. Easy peasy. It's a
Coleman, one burner.
Yeah, it is. And I've thought about upgrading to the one that you can use. You can switch it out for propane or butane. because sometimes it's hard to find the butane,
Mm-hmm.
you know, unless you're ordering on Amazon and buying it like a case at a time. But I've several times I've went into Walmart or wherever trying to find it, and it's like the shelf is empty.
That's a downside of that, yeah.
So I'm thinking that one day I'm going to upgrade. It's probably an additional $15 for the one that does both. So if anybody's thinking about buying one, they might want to consider going ahead and buying that one to begin with. And
propane bottles are pretty easy to find.
those are easy to find. Yeah. So
I'll put a link to both of them down there just in case.
I keep my electronics up here behind my seat in a bag. That's got my laptop and different things in it, electronic. My potty stuff is here. This is one of the pop-ups, and then you can make it as tall or as short as you want.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
And
cool.
I just keep it, I double bag. Okay, this is gel base or base gel, relatively inexpensive. It's a big, that's a lot, because you only have to put literally like a tablespoon in your potty bag before you go to bed at night. This is what happens. It absorbs and it turns it into that. So then your bag is not liquid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's solid. This is actually made for the bases in the basketball hoops. It's actually a cot frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we did was my husband just like put the pegboard, zip tied it to the frame, and then I put my mattress. It's just a foam bamboo mattress, and I always slept like a baby. This is a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. The stowaway seats are stowed in. I still have the seats in. They're just down on the floor.
Right.
And then I just I have this WeatherTech floor covering, but there was a spot there where it comes up where the seat goes down that wasn't covered, so I just put a rug over it.
Right. That works.
Keep it from getting yucky from going in and out. This is just a shower curtain. I just use these magnet hooks, and I can stretch them across and put them in different.
Let me see one of the hooks, so we'll see what we're talking about, the hook part. Yep.
And they're pretty strong.
Yeah, you don't want to get those too strong, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I have gotten my finger pinched between them.
I have
And
too.
the only way to get them off, if they're really strong, I had two 100-pound ones, and the only way to get it off was either rip your skin or go and have a scalpel dig it. I mean, cut your skin to get it off.
You don't have to tell me.
So,
I did it too.
yeah.
My husband gave me these two magnets and said, you know, this is really strong. This is going to hold up anything that you want. Like a dummy.
It just slips.
It did, and it snapped my thumb inside of it.
Yes.
And I started having a conniption, and I'm like, get it off, get it off. And
it
he's
hurts.
like, wait, because I said, I'm just gonna pull it out. I ended up panicking, and I
did too. Rip the skin, makes a big hole.
And it bled, and oh boy, yeah.
Public service announcement: watch out for those magnets when they snap
the really
together.
Big ones. I mean, these are not that. I mean,
But you have tape on those or something, and that helps get it off too, right? That's another
and
public
it helps
service.
to keep from scratching up your paint. I keep my fans, my 12-volt fans are just clipped on to the back of the headrest there, and then I have the plug is right here. Thing here that has multiple ports in it, and I plug this in back here, and this is where I charge like my phone or anything else, you know, my fans. I can plug my fans in back here, and then I can of course tilt these, swivel these around different ways, and in the summertime it's a big help, because I can clip those in different locations and run the cord around. This is my clothes.
All right.
In here, this is just one of those little storage boxes, but it holds all of my clothes. Now I keep my rain jacket, my umbrella, I have an extra chair here and some extra shoes underneath here. This is the suction cup window
Window cover for
for back here.
Mm-hmm.
A bag for refrigerated items if I stop at the store and I need to transport cold stuff. This board was made just for this cot. It just sits on it. My husband just cut it out of a piece of scrap wood that he had. He just made a little base for those feet to sit on. On this side, I have more of the plastic drawers that is just for storage of different miscellaneous things. Another light if I need to hang it outside. It's battery operated. Headlight. I have a couple of these in different locations so that I always have one. Carry some extra bags, some extra garbage bags, and my dryer sheets in there. And that's kind of a dual purpose. It makes the van smell good, and I have my laundry stuff with me. So down here under my bed, this is a new battery that just got installed. And my husband drilled out these holes in this tote box.
Okay.
So there's a battery inside. There's a 100 amp hour lithium battery inside of that tote box.
Right.
And then he mounted this piece of wood to this lid. Then he mounted my inverter there. And you can see the plugs. So the solar charges the lithium battery.
Yeah, that's the wire coming down right there.
Exactly. And then the lithium battery is what I can also use to plug in like a coffee pot or whatever.
Electric blanket.
Yes, exactly. And then it also has a 12-volt power too. So
Yeah,
purpose.
that is as opposed to a solar battery that comes already put together, like a Jackery and so forth. This is more like a car battery or a marine battery. Think of it that way.
It's a lithium battery, but it
Yes.
looks like a car battery.
Yes, they're made for that purpose. They can be made for a car or a boat or for RVs specifically. And then you have to add to that the inverter and the various plugs, and so you really are building your own
Yes.
battery as
Yes.
opposed to an all powers
a Blue Eddy, or a Jackery.
Right, you build
or
your
whatever.
own Blue Eddy. Very nice, very simple, and especially for part-time, that's all you need. You've kept it simple, and you've given yourself a lot more room that way.
The only thing that I would add to what I have here now would be a converter. So I have the inverter to use the power, but I don't have the converter to charge this battery when I'm driving. It's just so easy. I know I want to see things that I haven't seen, and I watch all of your videos and I see all those lovely places, and I keep saying one of these days I'm gonna get to see that too.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be like you guys whenever I get to some of
Like,
those beautiful places. I'm like, "Ah!"
Yes.
I've actually done that. Right
It is
here
tear-inducing.
right here in my home state. I'm telling you, some other girlfriends and we did a little tour and trucked around just the state of Florida, and this one park that we went to, it was a water management park, and when we got there, I can't explain it, but we all just started tearing up, and it was a really touching thing. I mean, it was just a beautiful place, and I don't know what it was about it that we all...
It's an emotional connection. It is.
And we all felt the same way at the same time, and then we were like, what's wrong with us?
No, that's the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I like to have sister time. I am from a family of 4 brothers, no sisters, and just since I started doing this, since the first meetup, it became a sisterhood, and it just keeps growing.
Instantly.
I've made so many friends that will be my friends for life, And we stay in touch. We get together. We continue to travel together and do things together. And not all the time in our vans, but sometimes we go rent Airbnbs and just get together and hang out. And it's become like family.
Yes.
I have lost a lot of my own family, and then it happened really fast. And ironically, it's almost at the same time that I started making new family with friends that are like family.
Right.
And
It's really fulfilling.
it is. Not only that, but when I come to these things and see these ladies that have never done this before,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh, this is the best thing I ever did. I was so scared, and I didn't think that I could do it, but I got here, and then you guys all showed me what to do and made me feel so welcome." And then you see them click with other people, and then when you're on our Facebook groups and you're looking at them, and you see them later, all like traveling and doing things together. It's so heart touching to me that they get the same thing out of it that I do.
All over the United States, Canada, we have Australia members now. And they're going up to each other. They'll see a woman by herself that's in sort of camping mode, and they'll say, "Are you a butterfly?"
Yeah, I know.
And it's a way to meet people, and it's just like it just balloons, it multiplies.
And then seeing you and Ramona, Lee, different ones that meet up with you and travel along
Caravans.
with you. Yeah, the caravans that you do, those are amazing. And
Yeah.
just watching you and seeing the relationships that you build too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We're having a good time.
You are having a good time.
Time of my life.
It's very important to have fun. You have
Yeah.
you have to have fun.
Yeah. Well, there are different ways of doing van life. You're part-time, I'm full-time. Some people like to camp. They like to sit for 2 weeks in a place, or longer if they could. They like to stay in one place.
Exactly.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm one that likes to travel a lot. I'm a professional sightseer.
You share the whole travel experience.
I think people need to know, even if you never get to go, you're
Yeah.
welcome to be a virtual passenger and ride along and just see this beautiful country. There's so much, it's so vast.
And you see how many people say thank you
Yeah.
for doing that. Thank you for taking me along. There's people that are not able to do what you do, that want to do it and they can't do it, and they feel like they rode along with you. They got
They
to
say
see
that all
it
the
too.
time, yeah.
You know, it's important.
Yeah.
What you do is important.
I hope so. I mean, I hope that it can encourage people that still can do it.
Yes.
But if you can't,
But if you can't, you can still
Yeah.
ride along. And now the meetups are compounding, and that
All
is
over the country.
amazing. It is everywhere. And Canada, the girls in Canada that came to Florida,
yeah.
the second one that I did, because the first one went over so big, I said I have to find something bigger, bigger venue, and that's when we did the second one, and I called it the 100 Van. We had a great time, and now the people that said, "When's the next one?"
Yeah.
And I said, "When you do it." If you're interested in doing a meetup, you can make it as big or as little, as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. You can plan all kinds of events. You can, do all kinds of things at it, or you can just say, "Come, show up, bring your own camper, bring your own food, and we're all just going to sit around and enjoy each other's company." I'm going to be having another one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having one in November. It's called Friendsgiving. It's almost full, not quite full yet, but almost full. And it is going to be, we're going to have some different kind of activities and stuff going on there, but simple. I like to keep it simple. We're going to have a picnic lunch. We're going to have a potluck dinner. We're going to have bonfires every night, and we're going to have we're going to have a game day. Well, there are lots of women here that actually have husbands, and I mean, I think that the ones that I've talked to say the same thing that my husband says to me is, oh, no, go. Do. If that's what you want to do. I don't want to do that, but if that's what you want to do, you go do it. And my husband does go with me. We do camp together. And he's still working. I'm retired. And he works a lot of hours. So he's gone a lot. And he says, I know, I'm gone. You go. Enjoy yourself. As long as you don't break the bank, you stay within our budget and you do it. And I mean, this is $33 for 3 nights.
Yeah.
That's not breaking the budget.
No.
He loves that. So he's like, yes, go.
Yeah, and this is such a cool place here. I'll have a video just on this campground that we're at. I don't do that very often, but this was pretty unique.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They have all these animals.
Yes.
And the people that run this place are just so sweet.
They're amazing. It's a whole family. It's a family business. It's just really, really cute.
If it's something that you are thinking about doing, don't hold back. Just go with what you have. Don't worry about like having anything big, elaborate, fancy, or whatever. If you have a car, you can make it work. You can figure out, if all you have to do is figure out how you're going to sleep, and then the rest is stuff. Just throw in something to get you through a night or two and go.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people that worry about taking a long trip and going to a faraway place, and you don't have to start out that way. You can start out by just going to the nearest park or campground from your house and spending one night, and some people even spend the night in their
driveway.
And, whatever it takes to get you started, just do it. It's more of just being in nature. You know what I mean? It allows you to be in nature. We spend most of the day outside of our vehicles.
Yes.
I mean, we're inside for sleeping.
These meetups and the groups and the connections that these women are making, and they were so ready for it.
Yes.
Like people asked why did my channel go like it did? It did because there were women out there ready for it.
Yeah. Yep.
And they would have found each other anyway, but man, once they started connecting, it was like fusion.
I know, and it makes you feel good whenever you see those people make those connections and actually get started in something that they thought about. I did the same thing. I was at home thinking about this and thinking about it. Mine actually started with trying to make a vehicle that I could camp in and not stay in hotels.
right. To save money, kind of.
I said that on my YouTube channel introduction. That's how it started. But then once I started doing the research and looking at what other people have done, I'm like, I know somebody's done this. And then I found out, oh, there's a lot of people that are doing this. And then it just kind of became a whole thing, the whole van life thing.
It's more than you thought it would be.
It is.
Yeah.
You did 7 van tours.
Yeah, the old video, I'll put a link to that too.
Yes.
And it made my channel and that Facebook page really blow up because I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands, certainly over the years, thousands of comments. What's the name of that Facebook group? And then so I sent a lot of people over that way.
Your Facebook page has also really compounded on top of itself too.
Yeah, it grew, and I don't remember when I started. It's been over a year for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like 7,500 people now.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't really want. I have mixed feelings about whether I really want it to be much bigger than that. It's nice, everybody kind of knows each other. It's a little cozy group, but it probably will anyway, whether I want it to or not.
Will.
Yeah. So Debbie Jean, tell me more about your YouTube channel. This is a new addition to your van life, really.
Yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And I can procrastinate like nobody's business. And finally decided this is it. I'm going to make it happen. So I wrote down a bunch of names, tried to come up with what the name should be, and mulled over that for a while. And then I came up with Debbie Jean's van life scene because that's what most of it's going to be about. My YouTube channel is going to be mostly about my van experiences and my meetups and my travels. But there may be some other stuff thrown in every once in a while. Like I just did a video when I was up at my property in North Carolina trying to erect a RV carport, and Helene came through and put a stop to that. That was one of my first videos actually. Was on there. I said, okay, it's not about van life, it's about rain life, because that's what was happening. Lots and lots of rain. I just want to put my travels, my memories, and have that so that I can go back to it on YouTube. It's videos, and it's something that you can keep forever. It's I don't want to say a legacy, but
Yeah, it
it
is.
kind of is, and it'll be there for my kids, my grandkids, my great grandkids, and you know,
And for everybody else to learn along with you, right?
yes,
Yeah,
and
because
it
life should be a learning experience, and
It-
that's what it is. As
it
part
is.
of van life, every day is something new. It's
Exactly.
it's new experiences.
And I
So
want to thank you for your support and your help, because I know I can ask you, anything, and you'll just give me your honest and best direction
yeah.
with it, and I appreciate that.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. Thanks everyone for watching all the way to the end, and thank you Debbie Jean for the van tour. I really appreciate it, showing people how it can be very simple, and
Yes.
simplicity
Yeah.
is beautiful. Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.